It's been 1 year since CM Punk returned at Survivor Series and shocked us all. Now we know what happened before. CM Punk got in a backstage fight with Jack Perry and Tony Khan did not know how to handle that situation. Ended up firing CM Punk. For some reason, he didn't add like a no compete clause 90 days into the contract. Like, I understand that you're not trying to be like the WWE Tony Khan, but you gotta think about these things. You gotta think about these things because if it wasn't for AEW, CM Punk probably would have never returned in the ring. We don't really know that, but CM Punk returned to the ring because of AEW. So maybe he's willing to stay in the ring, maybe in a different business. Regardless of that, thank you for being incompetent, Tony Khan, because you gave us one of the greatest moments in professional wrestling history. I wasn't alive in the 70s or 80s and stuff like that. I was alive in the 90s, but to my memory, something that I can really remember, especially as an adult. I am 32 years old and I marked the fuck out. So much so that my reaction was on WWE television. It was on Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown. It was on NXT as well, I think. My face was on Madison Square Garden because I was a part of the reaction compilation. CM Punk reposted my reaction on his story. There were a lot of things that were happening to me during that week. I was about to be evicted. I was behind on multiple bills. Life was rough and life got even rougher after. The next 6 months were probably the worst months of my life. I was having the worst week and CM Punk returned, and that was already a highlight and a beautiful distraction of everything that was happening in my private life. And then just seeing all the love and support I got, even though a lot of people said that my reaction was fake and that I overreacted, and people hated my reaction. They hated my reaction, but that was my honest reaction. What am I going to do? Am I just going to be like, CM Punk is back? Cool. In 2011, he's the reason that I started watching WWE again. I took a lot of breaks with pro wrestling, especially with WWE, because either just life happened or the stuff that was on TV it didn't really interest me. So the reason why I started watching WWE again was because of CM Punk, was because of everything that he was doing with the pipe bomb. He was creating noise in the wrestling world, but he was creating noise where I even heard the noise. I would always follow wrestling accounts even when I wasn't watching back then, and CM Punk was all over the place. And then I remember just seeing clips and reading on Reddit forums and in the dirt sheets about what he was doing, and I was like, okay, this is cool. And I obviously, AJ Lee is my goat, and then him and AJ had that storyline like in around 2013, and I just kept watching ever since. Dare I say, would I still be a WWE fan? Yeah, I probably would, but it probably would have taken me a long time to actually get back into wrestling. I think by that time I had probably like 3 to 5 years of break. Like, I would keep up with like certain highlights and like certain clips, but nothing really interested me that much like the way CM Punk interested me. CM Punk at that time was the IWC. That's why he was so great, because we all wanted certain pushes and we all wanted certain guys to be at the top, but the same guys were always on top. The Rock, John Cena, and I'm not saying anything bad about them, that they shouldn't main event WrestleMania or that they shouldn't be top guys, but there is some truth behind it during that time, especially because that's what we would see be main eventers time after time, champions time after time, and disregarding like the mid-card title, but we're talking about like the world champions, and it did become sort of redundant to a point where it's like, when are you going to allow certain talent that isn't like the prototype that Vince McMahon used to push for and sort of like implement onto others, like get that body right and then you might be a main eventer. See, CM Punk was the IW, he was the voice of the voiceless, and that's why CM Punk was so important to us, because he did change the game, especially when he dropped those pipe bombs. And then we had AJ Lee's pipe bomb against the Divas division. CM Punk is very important to a lot of us, and I followed his career even when he did the UFC stuff, and yeah, that wasn't so good. And then he finally made his return to AEW, and thank you AEW, and thank you Tony Khan for being incompetent, and you know what, thank you Jack Perry, Hangman Adam Page, and you know, the Bucks and everybody who was involved into this gargantuous, I don't know how to say it. Thank you so much for your involvement into giving us one of the best moments of professional wrestling history. CM Punk is a freaking legend. CM Punk is a GOAT. CM Punk is trusted by a lot of fans as well because of his interaction with fans. He's a really nice guy. I've never spoken to him directly, but any interaction that I hear from others, it seems like he's a really sweet dude. I did meet his wife, AJ Lee, and she was very sweet, and I could not imagine her being with a dick, especially when she's a very vocal little woman. So CM Punk, I am a forever fan. I can't wait to see what you do next. I'm excited for Survivor Series. You are the fifth man. CM Punk, I swear, if you and Wiseman are planning on doing something against Roman Reigns, like at first I was like, oh no, Paul Heyman is wearing the Solo, like the red shirt and the little, what is it, handkerchief? Like I was like, you look like Solo. Are you saying that you're going to turn on Roman? At first I was like, please don't do it. But then if we're going to revamp CM Punk and Wiseman, yes, do it. Do it. I am so okay with it. I'm ready for Survivor Series. Also, because it's Survivor Series and I feel like it's so associated right now with CM Punk, and I know he returned last year, so that doesn't mean that Survivor Series is CM Punk's pay-per-view, but hey man, let me just, it's CM Punk's pay-per-view, okay? I feel like they still need a fifth woman. Dare I say it be AJ Lee, because WWE released the backstage footage of CM Punk's return, and CM Punk and Bayley embraced each other, and she said, if you can hear clearly, she said bring her back, and he said I'll try, you keep doing your work and I'll keep doing my work. So Bayley's in his ear to bring her back. There's a high possibility. She did say that she wants to come back for a story. She doesn't just want to have a one-off at the Rumble. So what's the relevance for her being the fifth woman? No relevance. But also this year's Survivor Series kind of seems like a bunch of women going after each other. The only like real story is like Mommy and Liv, you know? But like, yeah, you know, so who needs relevance and who needs a reason to bring back AJ Lee? But anyways, CM Punk, thank you so freaking much, dude. You're like the dude that I have the most merch with. Well, that's a lie, MJF. You're the second dude. Well, you're the first dude in no, that's John Cena, damn it. Okay, so you're the second WWE dude that I have the most merch with, and I plan on getting more because you are the voice of the voiceless. You're freaking CM Punk. Yeet.